Hello everyone, welcome to the new episode of Professionals Unplugged. I am your host Utkarsh Shukla and today we have Olena with us. Olena, thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a big deal for me.
Thank you so much. So Olena is basically a product marketer, an author and copywriter and whatnot. So let's get started to know Olena. So Olena, can you please introduce yourself to our audience, like who you are, what work you do, anything you want us to know about you?
Okay, my name is Olena Bomko. I was born in Ukraine in a small city. Now I'm a refugee and all my family members are refugees. Professionally, I'm a product marketer. I work with B2B tech companies on their positioning, messaging, launches. I do a lot of launches and go-to-market channels. So I want to tell you, maybe your audience, what product marketers do. Product marketers work like bridges between your company, your product, and your ideal customers and your market. So what do we do? Traditionally, we do positioning. It's like fundamental. So it's like unique value for a specific segment of market, and we should define this segment. Then next we do messaging. Maybe you notice you can open a website and read something like AI next generation platform. And do you know what they do? Because I don't know, I don't understand. And that's our work. So we need to translate complex topics into simple language so our target audience can understand it. Because if people don't understand what you sell, they won't buy, right?
Correct.
So that's what we do, especially for complex niches like cybersecurity, like developer tools. So sometimes marketers don't understand what they sell, and that's not good.
Yeah.
What else we do? We do launches. I do a lot of launches. I was a community member of the year on Product Hunt. You know this platform?
Yeah.
I was very active there, but launches depend on a lot of like criterias, for example, on your product and your go-to-market channels. So product marketers also choose go-to-market channels based on your product. And for example, I work with B2B. So LinkedIn traditionally is a good channel for us. But for example, if you sell clothes, probably Instagram will be a better channel. So product marketers should strategically choose your channels and do customer research to understand where your customers are. I also like the quote, if you want to understand how animals live, you don't go to the zoo, you go to the jungle. So you should learn what your customers like, where they spend their time, how do they consume information, and then you should use this information. So that's what product marketers do.
I think that's really a great description that you have given us. And somehow, if to summarize it, what I can think of is trying to be a customer centric and try to realize what customer really need and what products we are selling and in which platform the target audience is, or we can say the target customer is, right? In order to map all those things correctly, that's where the role of a product marketer comes in, right?
Yes, it's 100%. You like summarized it perfectly.
So if I ask you, like, what are your day-to-day challenges in terms of this role and how you are working? Like you said, you're a refugee, right? So it's like you are working from a different part of the country or doing freelancing, or like how this thing is working for you right now.
I work with different clients on their launches, on position and on messaging. So yes, I work with different clients. Sometimes it's one just a project or a consultations, and sometimes it's long-term projects.
So Olena, if I talk about the challenges that you have faced in your life, if you can just summarize us few of them and you can take us through them? That will be great for us to know.
Okay, before 2016, everything was good in my life, but then my grandfather died. One of my family members was diagnosed with incurable illness. I didn't tell you, but I have a computer science degree, so I graduated and I didn't know what to do with my life. But I had a hobby. It was copywriting, so I started freelancing, and I wanted to try myself in marketing. I remember I had my first interview, and I didn't know anything, and that woman even laughed at me because I didn't know anything. And then she gave me like a list of tasks, questions, and I started learning. I started using LinkedIn. LinkedIn played a big role in my career. I never used any social media. It was my first social media by step. I started using it, I started learning, and I started getting proposals. And that woman even reached out to me and she suggested me work. And I started getting more proposals. But in 2022, we woke up in a war. It was very scary. Then I lived 100 days in occupation. It was also very scary. And then I packed all my life in one luggage and escaped the war zone through the front line and gray zone. So right now we are all refugees, but I can walk. My family members can't walk because of their health or age, but I can walk and I grow. I try to grow step by step to not overwhelm my nervous system very much. I have a concept like we live in a comfort zone and we have a danger zone. You know about this, but I have a concept that we also have a stretch zone. It's pretty safe for us, but we also growing. For example, with you right now, I'm in my stretch zone. If it would be a conference, probably I would be very nervous. And what I do, it's what I push my comfort zone. So in the future, even conferences will be my stretch zone and then comfort zone.
That's really a very hard journey that you have in your life, right? From losing the family members, then once you started having a good career, then the war came in and you need to leave your country. So can you just tell us like how difficult the situation was when the war started in Ukraine, right? And how was that feeling, or and how you managed to be in different part of the country and try to leave that war zone. So if you can just take us, if it's fine with you.
Yes, I will try. It was very scary, especially for me. The first I think 5 days were very scary. I didn't sleep. I wanted to sleep very much, but I was so scared. I was just afraid to sleep and I just fall down, but I couldn't sleep. We were near fights, but I was just scared. I couldn't even breathe, or I didn't want to eat anything. I just was scared. And then after these fights, we were in occupation. It was different. It was pretty. I remember how I went outside for the first time. It was like from a horror movie because no people, just a lot of soldiers, and it was very scary. But we have the internet, and I tried my best. I walked every day as much as I could. I walked every day. I talked with people. People helped me very, very much. I'm so grateful to people who supported me. I started being more like I could live because of this. People on LinkedIn supported me very, very much. I got messages. I got help, and I also didn't stop working. I worked every day, like not all day, but a small part. And then we didn't have the internet, and my sister's neighbors had, but it was like another part of the city. And I went outside to be there, but it was pretty dangerous. But for me, it's very important. I'm pretty nervous person by nature, and I feel pretty comfortable when my brain have tasks, so I should do something. That's why I love my work, because it's helped me to like think. When I work, I don't think about anything else. So that's why I love my work, and I'm very grateful to people who help me. I remember of everyone, like every week, every day, because it was a big deal for me. And then I escaped. It was also and dangerous, and it was a front line, checkpoints, but thanks God, everything is okay. I can tell you that it affected my nervous system, my health, but I try to stay active. I mean, professionally, and it helps me very much.
It's really great of you, and kudos to you in order to keep working at that time as well, and try to keep yourself up and help your family as well in order to survive in such a situation. So, if I ask you, like, if there is any story that you like to share with us, although you have already shared a lot, so is there anything else that you like to share with us as a part of a story?
I think yes, I would like to share. I already told you that uh, I have a computer science degree, but I didn't tell you why I have a computer science degree.
Yeah.
So when I was a good pupil and a good student, but when I was at school, I was afraid of computers. Really, I didn't play computer games. I wasn't interested in computers, and it's something new for me. And I told you I'm afraid of everything new. So coincidentally, my mom asked me, "Do you want like computer engineering?" And I asked yes. I didn't know why, so it's coincidentally. But I was studying software development, computer engineering, and information technology for 7 years then. Yes, and I can tell you when I studied computer engineering, I didn't like, I had misconceptions about, for example, I didn't like English. I used to think that marketing is useless. Like, create a great product and they will come, they will buy. And I also, uh, so it was my misconceptions, and right now I understand that I was wrong, that marketing, they won't come to buy your product. You need marketing. And I also didn't use any social media, but now I'm pretty comfortable on LinkedIn. When I just started, I like had trembling hands even, but right now I can share everything. I'm very, very comfortable. So I know that I need to practice. And now I'm afraid of speaking, of public speaking. Now I'm afraid of being in front of camera. But based on my experience, I think I will be a good public speaker, because I need to just to practice. I know how this works.
Yeah, I think that's really a good point that you mentioned. In order to overcome your fears, you need to do them, or you need to perform those tasks. Like you said, you have a fear of public speaking, but now you are doing the same thing, sharing your story,
Yeah.
sharing your insights. So I think that's the best outcome that I can have from your stories, to keep trying and do those things that you think you are not made up of, right? Correct. And now coming to the next part of your life, like what's next for you, or what's your dream right now?
Will be honest. I don't have like the mental capacity to dream big right now. I like think in small steps. But of course, let's be like, I want that wars, for example, doesn't exist at all. Everyone should want this. But personally, I have simple dreams. I'm a simple person. I don't need anything fancy. I just need peaceful everyday life. And my personal dreams, one of my personal dreams is happening right now. I'm talking, I was afraid of talking, and right now we are talking. So it's a dream. Like I think people don't understand that their dreams come true, and they just don't notice this, but it's not normal. It's a small dream, and I'm very happy. I know that maybe now I am nervous, a little bit nervous, but when we finish this and tomorrow, I will be very happy that we did this. So my next step in this dream will be total don't be afraid and be myself just during these conversations, not like just being myself. So I need anything fancy, but I need like a peace inside and outside. That's important for me.
It's really nice. And talking about your entire journey that you have gone through till now, what are the biggest advice that you follow in your career, or any advice that you'd like to share with the people who are watching this?
Yes, I have like the biggest advice for me, and my mom told me that I will be always a student. I always love learning, and I also wanted to say that you should learn practical skills. So it's not only a theory. You should learn how to do something. You should learn how to communicate. It's very important. It doesn't matter who you are, but you need to learn how to communicate. I always have to do and to practice lists. Like people have to do lists, I have to learn lists. And I think I try to have high standards for myself, for learning, for I remember during my master's, I had a conversation with my dean, and I told him I want to learn something practical, some practical skills, and he told me, "You're not in kindergarten." And I don't agree with this. I don't agree. I think people should learn and practice and become better. It's not only for kindergarten. It's like everyone should do this. And once again, it's not about a comfort zone and a danger zone. You can push your boundaries a little bit in your own pace. And so I think people should make their comfort zone just a little bit wider. And what else? I think people should have strong boundaries with everyone. It doesn't matter. It can be your clients, it can be your family members even. You should remove yourself from like toxic environments and surround yourself with people. It can be cool people, but these people should believe in you, support you. It's much more comfortable and more you can grow. You don't need like a danger zone. You can grow in your comfort zone. And don't let people treat you badly. Never. And some people like play games, manipulate. No, just remove yourself from these situations. And my mother told me that I love people, or only people who love me. I don't say that it's bad. I think it's okay if I grow in this environment. Why not? And what else? I think people should study themselves. Study yourself. who you are, what fits you. For example, I was very active on Product Hunt, I told you, and we had a conversation about extroverts and introverts. And I wrote that I'm an introvert. I love being alone with animals. And someone wrote, no way, you are very active, you can be an introvert. Maybe you're an ambivert. And like I was like ambivert, I didn't know what it is. And then I read, and he was right, and I didn't know about this. So I can be 100% extroverted when I feel comfortable, and when I'm afraid of anything or of something, or I'm in a new environment, I'm 100% introverted. And I didn't know about this, but people just don't know themselves. And I think we should study themselves. And if you like I read my testimonials or what my clients tell to myself, that I'm very proactive, and I am really proactive, but I should feel comfortable. So I try to choose customers where we fit each other. So where I feel comfortable and we can grow, and I'm really proactive. And what else? Probably, I think I have a very good intuition. So my next advice is believe your instincts. Sometimes you don't have data to act on this data. Sometimes people have amazing reputations, but in reality you don't know. And if something feels off, sometimes you meet someone and something feels off, it's off. You don't need evidences, just believe your instincts. And you're not a detective, you don't need evidences, just trust yourself. It was my biggest mistake, was not trusting myself. And as I see, at the end of the day, the universe will show you that you were right.
So that's really nice. And I think this is the best point to end this podcast with all this great advice from you. So thank you so much, Olena, for sharing your insights and your journey with us. It was really an inspiring story for me as well. And I hope for anyone who is listening it to keep trying and keep working hard until or unless you find the peace, and keep doing the things. If you have fear, just try to do it. It you can overcome it, right? So
Thank you so much. It's very important for me. Thank you so much for creating a safe environment for me to share my story. Thank you.
thank you, Olena.